Hey guys, it's Tim from the Hybrid Network, and welcome to a new episode of Spotlight, the show where I pose an interesting question or just a general interesting idea and then have you guys take it from there in the comments. With that said, today's topic is focusing around the live action adaptations of comic book media, with the question being of is it truly possible to balance a movie and TV universe in a satisfactory way? Marvel and DC have both taken very different approaches to how they balance their movie universes and their TV universes, where DC has chosen the way of going where they have them as two completely separate entities that do not affect one another in the future. And Marvel has it so that their TV universe, both on ABC and on Netflix, do tie into their movie universe, but are more so reactive without having a huge impact on the universe itself. And there are positives and negatives to both of these ideas. With DC's style, they run the risk of isolating and confusing the various audiences of either the TV or the extended universe, especially an average audience member, pretty much because they started doing two separate universes after Marvel had already established the idea that the TV and movie universe can exist simultaneously. This leads to things like in the case of Barry Allen, where at a certain point he's going to be played by two different actors in live action at the same time. And this in and of itself isn't necessarily a bad thing, but like I said, the issue with it is that it can be confusing to an average audience member who is expecting in some ways for them to be connected because Marvel had done it before. But the positive to this, especially for the TV universe, since films typically ignore whatever's happening on TV, and I'll get to that later when I go over Marvel style, is that the television shows don't have to really pay attention to what's going on in the extended universe and are more free to do their own thing. With that being said, let's move on to Marvel style. Now, ever since they started with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they've always presented this idea of their TV universe and their cinematic universe existing simultaneously, with the TV universe reacting to whatever's happening in the cinematic universe. This is most evident in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after Captain America Winter Soldier did so much things with the organization of S.H.I.E.L.D. that it changed up how the show was operating at that point. And with Daredevil, the way that they did it was having Hell's Kitchen be repairing itself after the Chitauri attack in the Avengers. However, the big problem with this is the general reactiveness. It doesn't really feel like anything happening on the television shows are in and of themselves important, because they react so much to what's happening in the movies that it doesn't really feel like anything substantial is happening there. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have positives to them. Daredevil was very well received, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has its fan base, and they all have their own elements going on that are separating them from the cinematic universe as a whole and making them feel more unique. Plus, this idea of having the TV shows and the movies play off of each other to a degree does help make the universe feel a lot richer and makes the audience able to follow along somewhat better with the TV shows when they know that they are impacting something that they are going to be seeing later in the year. But neither style, the separation or the reactiveness, really is perfect in and of itself. They both have flaws and they're fairly evident to what that is. Is there really a truly perfect way to blend together a movie and TV universe in a satisfactory way that makes both feel significant but does not confuse or alienate the audience? Well, that's what I'm asking you guys in the comments today. So, what do you think? Until next time, this has been Tim from the Hybrid Network, signing off.